Good morning, breakfast clubbers. I'm here in Harrogate this morning and I'm taking a look at this place just behind me. It's Miss Piggies. I've heard and seen they do a good full English breakfast, so we're going to check them out. Let's go. Good morning. Yes, today I'm in the rather upmarket town of Harrogate, North Yorkshire. I'm here to check out the full English breakfast at this popular suburban spot, Miss Piggies. There are 3 full English options on the menu today: small, large and the builder's breakfast. As it was explained to me, the only real difference between the large and the builder's is a whole load of chips. And as I'm not much of a chips on a breakfast fan, I've gone for the large full English, which comes with 3 bacon, 2 sausage patties, 2 fried eggs, 2 hash browns, 2 black pudding, beans, tomatoes, mushrooms and 2 slices of toast. Fried bread is available on request, so I've swapped out one of my slices of toast for a slice of that. A hot drink is also included, and as usual, I've gone for a mug of tea. It's just after opening time on a Saturday morning, the day's brightening up outside, and the cafe is slowly filling with local regulars just as my breakfast arrives. So it's time to tuck in.
Fried bread and large breakfast.
Brilliant, thank you. Now we've got a classic greasy spoon presentation through and through today. Everything piled on a flat, high-rimmed plate, no ramekins, no fuss, just a proper hearty spread. It's got that rustic, no-nonsense look that promises a solid hangover cure before you've even picked up your fork. There's plenty of colour too, from the bright red tomatoes to the golden hash browns and those nicely grilled sausage patties, all making the plate look full, inviting and ready for business. Score 8 out of 10. Right then, let's get into the details, starting with the toast. As we've swapped one slice for fried bread, it's just a single slice of toast today. It's a lightly done medium to thick coat of white bread served hot and absolutely drenched in butter. It's gloriously golden, soft and carries that proper salted butter hit that makes simple toast feel like a treat. For me, this is spot on and I absolutely love it. Score 10 out of 10. And sticking with bread, let's have a look at the fried bread. As with the toast, it's a simple single slice of medium to thick white bread, but this one has the appearance of being done on the grill plate rather than shallow fried in a pan. Instead of that even golden finish, you get the more rustic, patchy pressed look. It's got a good crispy crunch across the surface, though the crusts are a little drier thanks to the cooking method, and flavour wise, you definitely pick up hints of the grill, those little borrowed flavours from its neighbours. Not the best fried bread out there, but if you like it done this way, it's still worth having. Score 6 out of 10. Let's move on to the tomatoes now. We've got a decent portion of tinned chopped tomatoes here, with plenty of large fleshy pieces sitting in that familiar watery residue, though thankfully there isn't much of it, and what there is naturally drifts to the edge of the plate thanks to its flat shape. Taste wise, they hit a really nice balance between tart and sweet, giving you exactly what you want from a simple chopped tomato serving. Score 8 out of 10. And right beside them, the beans. Yes, once again the beans are out in the open and roaming freely, which will no doubt please the purists. It's a good generous portion piled along the side of the plate, nudging slightly over the eggs and the black pudding. There's plenty of heat in them, the texture is spot on and the sauce is nicely rich. Again, giving you exactly what you want from a classic greasy spoon serving of beans. Score 8 out of 10. Let's take a look at the mushrooms. There's a good handful of thinly sliced mushrooms on the plate today, and they've actually held their texture quite well. They're noticeably less watery than you often get in a greasy spoon. If anything, they're slightly edged towards being a bit too dry. Flavour wise, a touch of pepper really helps lift them, giving a simple but reliable result. A solid staple, even if they don't quite stand out. Score 5 out of 10. Time to check in on the eggs, and we've got 2 fried eggs here, cooked on the grill plate and flipped during the process, giving them that even, sealed finish on both sides. The whites are thin and well cooked all the way across. It does make cutting into the yolk a touch more effort than usual, but once you're through, it's as runny as you'd hope for. That yolk also pairs really nicely with our remaining toast and fried bread, adding a rich, creamy boost to both. This is very much the kind of egg you'd expect on a breakfast sandwich or a burger. Not the prettiest, but absolutely functional, and it gets the job done without fuss. Score 7 out of 10. Moving over to the hash browns now. There are 2 large, thick, chunky hash browns on the plate today, both sporting a deep golden colour with a properly crunchy exterior. Inside you get a hot, dense potato filling that holds together well. On their own, they're nothing out of the ordinary, but they really come into their own when soaking up the leftover yolk and beans. And that's where they shine a bit more and earn their place on the plate. Score 6 out of 10. Now for the heavy hitters, the sausage patties. And we've got 2 extremely thick sausage patties. Proper hefty things these are, cooked well with a good even colouring. The interior is moist and meaty and seriously filling. There's a lot of pork packed into these things, and you're easily looking at 4 or 5 regular sausages worth of thick, good quality meat. Flavour wise, there's plenty going on here and they're very satisfying. If we were to offer a bit of advice for improvement, they could maybe be made slightly thinner and given a touch more seasoning in the mix to really lift them. But don't get me wrong, these are still very good indeed. And this is now the second time we've seen sausage patties on the plate recently, and I've got to say, I've yet to be disappointed. Score 9 out of 10. Next up, it's the black pudding. We've got 2 medium thick slices of classic black pudding rounds, lightly cooked so the exterior stays soft rather than crisp. Cutting in reveals that deep burgundy interior, moist, slightly sticky, and exactly the texture you expect from a dependable café pudding. Flavour wise, it delivers that familiar savoury richness without trying to steal the show. It's not the standout centrepiece, but it brings a solid, reliable depth to the plate, and it does its job well in the overall mix. Score 7 out of 10. And finally, it's the bacon. We've got 3 rashers of genuinely decent quality bacon here, and they've picked up some good colouring from the grill. Those fatty edges on the back of the caps have taken on a rich honey gold finish that looks spot on. Texture wise, they hit that sweet spot, soft, meaty, and carrying that proper bacon punch that you want from a solid cafe cook. There's a real fullness to the flavour too, that satisfying salty pork flavour that keeps you going back for another bite. No dryness, no chewiness, just consistently enjoyable mouthfuls that give the breakfast a strong, confident finish. Score 9 out of 10. Let's discuss value for money now then. All of this comes in at £10 all in, with a drink included, and for a freshly cooked breakfast served with care in a friendly local cafe, that's a very strong price point. When you compare it with other breakfasts of similar quality, it lands right in the range I'd expect. If anything, I actually thought it would come in a little higher before I saw the menu. It's worth giving an extra nod here for those sausage patties too. They're properly satisfying, filling, and easily justify a bit of extra credit on the value front. And just to give a bit of insight on the story behind them, the patties were introduced after regulars mentioned that the standard sausages had a habit of slipping out of their sandwiches, and the owner's solution to this problem was to create these patties, and I am told they've gone down brilliantly with the locals. With the amount of meat packed into them, and the fact they generally improve the eating experience, they represent excellent value in their own right. Score 10 out of 10. Time to tally up all these points now, and after chucking those scores into our number cruncher, Miss Piggies comes out with a total of 93 points out of a maximum of 120. And now converting that into a percentage, today's final Breakfast Club score is 77.5%, putting them high up in our good rating bracket. Looking at the leaderboard now, it's another very good score today, but unfortunately not quite enough to break into the top 10. And that wraps up today's visit to Miss Piggies here in Harrogate, a cracking little cafe turning out a hearty, great value breakfast with a couple of standout touches. If you've been yourself, let me know how your plate stacked up, and if there's another local spot you think deserves a Breakfast Club inspection, drop it in the comments. So if you've enjoyed this video and you like what we're doing, the best way to support us is to like, share and subscribe. It's free to do and really helps the channel grow. And as always, may your bacon be sizzling, your fried bread golden and your yolks runny. Thanks for watching, and be sure to check out one of our other reviews showing on screen right now. So that was my breakfast here this morning at Miss Piggies. What did you think of that one? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.